Let's talk about tension, shall we? I am a yoga teacher and a transformational coach, and I could tell you a thing or two about tension right now. And I'm not supposed to feel tense because I teach people how to release that, right? That's like a story I could have, or maybe a story that somebody would have about me. I remember telling someone I was a yoga teacher, and they asked me if I ever shouted at my kids. Now, I don't actually often shout at my kids. Very rarely do I shout at my kids. But do I get stressed out at my kids? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Do I feel tension? I have some tension present right now. And being aware of what is happening in real time in my body, in my being, meaning my thoughts and my feelings in any particular moment in time, gives me a choice and allows me to create a different relationship. So the story used to go, I get to laugh now because changed my relationship. The story used to go, tension bad, not supposed to feel tension. Especially not me, I'm not supposed to feel tension. Right? And then guess what would happen to my tension? It would get like more constrictive, and I would feel more insecure, and all of the doubt would loop around and around and around, and I was just having an experience in a moment. Life is meaningless. I first heard that from Bashar. I'm sure other people say it too, or maybe have said it. But life is meaningless. Now, I'm sure as a teenager, I would have spouted that out a few times. Life is meaningless in my angsty way. And now that's so full of possibility, that statement. Life is meaningless. Meaning we get to insert whatever meaning we want on any situation. So I have some tension. What does that mean? Why am I tense? And I'm not saying there's no value in looking in that direction. For some people there is. And for me now, it's learning to be with it. Now, inviting. It's so paradoxical to find our way to relaxation by being willing to feel tense. And in this world of duality, of experience, it kind of makes sense, right? Our energy goes where our focus... our energy flows where our focus goes. That's it. Got it. Nailed it. So if I'm bothered by my tension and I'm focusing on the tension and the stress or whatever the lower vibrating emotion feeling is, and I don't want it, and I'm pushing against it, and I'm making it wrong, then I'm essentially feeding it, but only every single time. And being able to look at it, being able to be with it, is such a game changer. You can stop taking your feelings so personally. because they don't mean anything about you. That's something I didn't realize for a very long time. I'm good when I'm feeling valuable, and when I'm given to people, and when I have my high energy and I'm able to contribute, then I feel good, and I'm being good, and that means I'm good. There's a story that I had, and which meant that when I was in my depressive states, anxious states, that internally I had a story that made me wrong, that made me bad, that made me unlovable, and I wanted to get rid of that part. So I split myself into the good part and the bad part, the lovable and the unlovable. And I hid away the unlovable part, I hid away the tension. And maybe some people I would start to show that side too. And because I was already rejecting myself, it didn't go very well. Because life will show you what you have going on in here. And I believe that when it does that, I believe now that when it does that, it's an opportunity to meet and love yourself more. More. There's always more. There's always more. I've been walking this path for, I'm a baby in so many ways and not in others. There's no such thing as time, don't you know? But about 5 years. I've been committed to loving myself. I didn't even realize that was the commitment that I was making. And it absolutely is. That's the commitment, to love myself. And I do that by providing space for stress, for allowing frustration. Anger is a little bit of a different one for me. Devastation, however, we're great friends. And it's all just an experience, and it's all meaningless. And isn't it beautiful that we have a life? We are life. And there is a range of experience and a range of emotions that we get to feel. And because of the depths of despair that I have been in, the joy that I have access to it's beyond language. And there comes a point when even the despair becomes beautiful. Now, I'm not there all of the time, that every single emotion I have is beautiful and I just allow it to flow through me and I have no story attached to it and it's all love. And I'm there quite a lot. I felt tense when I sat down to create this. I didn't know what I was going to say. I made a commitment to myself to record something today. And so here I am. And notice I said commitment to myself. I didn't tell anyone else that I was going to do anything today. And because I'm loving me, when I say I'm going to do something for me, then I follow through. Because I'm worth showing up for. That's a whole other conversation. So, that seems to be what I have to share today. It's been a while, so I shall figure out, is that the right word? I feel very up in my, I'm noticing my voice is very resonant in my head today. Drop down into my heart. That's a whole other conversation as well. So many topics to cover. Yeah, when I set my containers, I'm gonna commit to a video every day, then here I am every day, and when I don't have that, it just kind of tails off. And I love creating these videos and posting them up. So I love to hear what you heard in this for you. I love to hear if there's any topics that you would like to hear me share my perspective on. And until next time, which is to be determined, loving you. See you soon.